Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Vibe Fashion's YouTube channel. Happy New Year once again. This year is going to be a great year. All we need to do is put God first and put in the work. Lines will fall in pleasant places for us all. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for supporting this channel this far. I really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly hit on the subscribe button to subscribe. Feel free to share my videos. Put on your notification bell so that you get notified once I post a new video. Thank you so much. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to make this nice, fluffy, wavy peplum you see on the mannequin. You can see that one of the peplums, there are two peplums, it's a double peplum. One is longer than the other. The one that is longer is the one on top, as you can see, and the shorter one is down. Can you see how beautiful it looks? I hope this is what you're interested in learning. Let's get right into it. To achieve a 360 peplum, first you need the circumference of where you'll be attaching this peplum to. So it is either you are sewing it to the waistline or you are sewing it to the round arm or wherever. It's the same formula. So here you need your circumference, and in this case the circumference is 32 inches. So we have established the fact that C is 32 inches. And to achieve a 360 peplum, we already have a standard formula, which is C equals 2 pi r. C equals 2 pi r, and we already have our 32 inches, which is C, right? And then 2 is there, and then pi is a constant. Pi is 3.14. So in this case, now we are looking for r. So here I'm going to say 32 equals 2 and then 3.14. Then we're looking for r. I already said that pi is 3.14. So when you multiply 2 by 3.14, you have 6.28. So that 6.28 is what we'll be using to divide our circumference to be able to get our r. So we're going to say 32 divided by 6.28 to be able to get the circumference of of this circle in this case. I hope we get it. So I'm just going to get my calculator and we'll go ahead and divide. Next, we'll go ahead and divide our circumference, which is 32 inches, by 6.28, and that will give us 5.09. So that's approximately 5 inches. So 5 inches, then we'll add the length of our peplum. Now the length of this peplum I'll be making is 8 inches. So 5 plus 8, that will be 13. And then I'll go ahead and add my seam allowance. I need half inch to join it to the waistline and then half inch to turn the peplum at the down part. So that's 1 inch. So that is 5 plus 8 plus 1. So that's a total of 14 inches. So right now we'll go ahead and fold our 14 inches. So to fold the 14 inches, first just take note of what I'm doing. So I have my 14 inches in length. I'll fold over this way. So that's to say I have 14 in two places. So that's a total of 28 inches. I hope we understand. So I'll also go ahead and fold over the other way. So the same 14 inches, and that's going to be a total of 28 inches. So it is a perfect square of 28 inches. So you can see I folded into 4. So with that being done, next I'm going to enter the radius from the apex. So you just take note of the way I'm going to be placing my tape. I'm going to be entering the radius, that's my 5 inches, from the apex there of the square. That's the sharpest point of the square. Can you see? So I'll go ahead and mark my 5 inches round now. So let's go ahead and do that. Take note, I'm placing it from the folded part. So I'll get my chalk now and mark. So I'm going to be marking on my 5 inches, which is the radius of the circle. So I'll go ahead and do it round. So this is me just going ahead to connect my markings. So next is to take the measurement of the length of the flare. Remember I said that the length of the peplon is 8 inches, so plus my 1 inch that is for seam allowance, so that's 9 inches. So I'm marking 9 inches from there. So placing my tape from there, can you see that it's still at the 14 inches? So I just want to mark 9 inches round from there. So it's either you place it from your tape from the apex and mark 14 inches round, or you place it after the radius and mark 9 inches. They are all the same. So with that being done, I'm just going to go ahead and connect my points. So now we have a 360 flare. So next we'll go ahead and cut the radius out. And then we'll go to the length and cut it out also. Now we can see that we have our peplum, our 360 peplum. Can you see the part that is folded, that we have the two folds there? You can see this side, you can't open this side, but meanwhile you can separate the other side. That is the one you will pick and slash open. So the one we're going to slash open will be the center back, and the one that is unslashed is the center front. I hope you understand. So remember that when we were drafting, we didn't add anything for our zip allowance. This is because using the 6.8 formula, the 6.28 formula, I beg your pardon, using the 6.28 formula gives you your zip allowance automatically. So this is me taking my measurement. Can you see? So now I have a total of about almost 35 inches. 35 inches. I remember that the waist circumference I divided by 6.28 was 32 inches. So this gives you your zip allowance. So here it has given me extra 2.5. So which is going to be for my zip allowance, 1 inch on the other side and 1 inch on that's 1 inch on the left and then 1 inch on the right. So with this 6.28 formula, you don't need to add zip allowance. So here we are. So next we're going to be drafting the second peplum. Now for the second peplum, it's going to be longer than the first peplum with 2 inches. The total for my first peplum was 9 inches including my sewing allowance, and here now I'm making it 2 inches longer. That's number one. And secondly, the radius of this peplum is going to be 3 inches. Why am I making it 3 inches? This is because the peplum will not go round the waistline. Just like we use the radius of 5 inches for the first peplum that will go around the waistline, this peplum will not go around the waistline. It's just going to be on one side of the front. I remember I pleated it from the picture I showed us. I pleated the peplum. So I'm going to be pleating it. So that is why I've reduced the radius to 3 inches. So 3 inches plus the length of the peplum, which is 11 inches. So I will still have to fold over the same 14 inches. So I'm going to repeat the same thing I did like I did for the front. I'll fold over my 14 inches and then we'll go ahead and draft it. So here now you can see I folded over my 14 inches in length. You can see that's what I have. So the radius I'll be marking a radius of 3 inches. So once I'm done with marking my 3 inches, then I'll go ahead and mark my 11 inches, which is going to be the length of the peplum, because the second peplum will be longer than the first. So go ahead and mark it round, and then we'll cut it out immediately. Our second peplum is ready. So I'll slash it just the same way we slashed the first one opened. So can you see? This is what we have. The peplum is coming out full and nice. So I'm going to cut my lining for this peplum, and I'll do the same thing for the first one. I'll be cutting out exactly the same thing as my lining. So and then I'll go ahead and sew my crinoline on the base of the lining and turn the peplum and show us what we have. So this cut my lining and I've also sewn. And see, I used crinoline. I use crinoline. In case you don't know how to fix a crinoline to a peplum, I'll be dropping the link in the description box. I've done a video on how to do that. So this crinoline is what is giving the peplum this wavy look. Can you see? It's standing really nice. So this is the one that is supposed to be on top, and this is the main flare that will be down. Can you see? The crinoline is just giving it this nice cone. This is a 360 flare. You see how it is. So now the next thing I'm going to be doing is this. I want this flare to be on this side. So first I'll fold my flare into two like this. I haven't folded into two. So now I want it to be on the left hand side here. So all I need to do is this. I'm going to place it like this from here, not exactly from the middle. I'll leave the middle by, I'll shift away from the middle by like 2 inches. So that's about this side here. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and still notch this point. So I haven't notched this point. I'll come here and then start pleating my flare. I'm just going to pin this point like this. I'll pleat this way first. The first one will come back this way. I can take off the pin under and pin it again, and then bring it back like I'm making a box pleat. Now create the next pleat. And then I'll bring it back again. So can you see? This is what it looks like. So you see the longer flare is on it, and see how it is forming. Can see? So this is just at your discretion. Anyhow you want to pleat it, just do what you want, but fullness around here. So I'm going to be using a sugar flour. I'm going to be tacking a sugar flour on it, so you see it will make it a little concise, and here will open up well. And you can see my one and my 360 flare. See, everything is just coming out really nice. So I can see this. So all I need to do is to stitch them together. Okay, so for this top, I'm making this peplum. I also made a 4 pieces skirt. So just in case you haven't seen the video, I'll be dropping the link in the description box so that you can also watch how to make a lovely 4 pieces skirt. And it's quite easy. You're going to be drafted. I drafted directly on my fabric. Very easy, simple to understand and detailed. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next one. Bye.